On May 24, 2021, Eve Barlow tweeted, "My Jewish friends saw a sign that said free parking and panicked that it said free Palestine. The Jews are tired." This is the Museum of Twitter, the show where we talk about the most important tweets in the history of Twitter.com. I've seen some posts suggesting that this app no longer likes when you say one of the phrases in this tweet, and so I figured I might as well do it now. I mean, no one will see it, but I might as well do it now. Because all of the context aside, not that I'm going to completely put the context aside, but the context aside, this tweet is so deeply stupid. Once again, not thinking about the specific politics involved, think about how stupid it is to tweet, "My friend misread a sign and freaked out a lot, and therefore it is someone else's fault." I just think it shows such a case of internet brainworms to hear this story from a friend and think, yup, this is something I need to post and need to use as a political point. Because it cannot be emphasized enough. The only thing that actually happened here in this scenario is that her friend misread a sign. No political action was taken, no one was intimidated, there was no violence, it was just someone misreading a sign. Now let's get to the context. And I'm going to try to be as even-handed here, not because I think that she deserves it necessarily, but just because I don't like getting yelled at. Even if I think I'm right, I don't like getting yelled at, I'm a conflict-first person, I apologize. Anyway, Eve Barlow is a music journalist who eventually pivoted to mostly talking about issues of anti-Semitism, specifically in the context of Israel. And in the past few years, as the violence between Israel and Palestinians has ratcheted up, she's become more and more vocal and more of a vocal critic of what she sees as anti-Semitism on the left. Specifically, she interprets almost all pro-Palestinian activism as anti-Semitism. I don't think I'm editorializing saying that, because she literally admits in this tweet that I'm talking about today to seeing free Palestine as something that is intimidating to her as a Jewish person. And she has done the thing that so many annoying people on the internet, and I'm calling her annoying because of the way she is, not because of her specific politics, but the thing that so many annoying people on the internet have done, where she's made being yelled at online so much of her personality. Like, her Substack is called Blacklisted, despite the fact that she still has plenty of readers, plenty of followers, and has not been blacklisted in any meaningful way. Like, yes, some people on the left on the internet don't like her, but that's not the same thing as being blacklisted. And a big thing that happened to her on social media the same year that this was tweeted was that a lot of people started calling her Eve Fartlow. Why? Because her name is Barlow, and Fartlow kind of sounds like that. And she responded really poorly to that, I'll be completely honest. Don't get me wrong, I would not appreciate it if everyone online started calling me Jake Piss-T, but I would not then write an article for an actual news publication called The Social Media Pogrom. And so it's in that context that this tweet comes out, and this is why people reacted to it so immediately, why it got ratioed so quickly. The main criticism her critics had of her is that she was turning what was a bloody, horrible conflict in the Middle East into mostly being about her feelings, and this was the perfect example of that. Her feelings are so centered that she can't even see a free parking sign without thinking of herself being persecuted by someone for being against a free Palestine. Of course, her actual opinions are not that mild. She's regularly been in favor of violence, even if civilian casualties are involved. She shows a complete callousness toward the plight of the Palestinian people that honestly I think would make people who think of themselves as neutral on the issue pretty sick. I'm not going to read this out loud because I don't want to say the words out loud, but pause this and read it. And just think about the fact that this is a woman who thinks that misreading a sign as Free Palestine is a great injustice to her, but she doesn't think that what she's writing here is a grave injustice against an entire people. I don't necessarily want to get so serious on this episode, but this cognitive dissonance is what makes this tweet honestly funnier. I know we were just dour for a couple minutes, but this tweet is much funnier in my opinion because of how out of touch she is, how crazy she is when she's talking about this issue. People on the right love to accuse people on the left of having a victim mentality, but I honestly don't know what else you would call it if your criteria for being attacked is so broad that you misreading a sign is an attack. And the main reason I decided I had to do this tweet, beyond the fact that I don't know how much longer I'll be able to literally say the words Free Palestine in a TikTok, is that she came to bat for Elon Musk and defended him, saying that he did not do that type of salute that we all know he did. And lots of people, like Ancom Ravens fan here, said free parking is anti-Semitic, but the you-know-what salute is not, according to Eve Fartlow. It's just odd that someone would make their entire identity calling out anti-Semitism, which on its face is a perfectly good thing to do. Anti-Semitism is a genuine problem, and I think when people on the left completely dismiss it, they're wrong. But if you're going to be a person who says that their whole thing is calling out anti-Semitism, if someone does that salute on a big stage and has a bunch of people cheer for them, you have to call it out. It's like a hanging curveball right down the plate. So yeah, that's why this tweet was on the mind, but it's also been referenced a lot in the past year and a half whenever people think they're seeing something anti-Semitic, but they're just seeing something normal and their brain's going wild. Like when this guy, Jason D. Greenblatt, thought that a United flight attendant was wearing a keffiyeh in support of Palestine, but of course, if you zoom in on it, it's just a scarf with planes on it. Kurt Cobain said it was the same energy as the Eve Barlow tweet. Or when someone posted a video from a Carmi from the Bear Lookalike contest where a guy was wearing a name tag on his costume, Fiona responds account said the Israeli flag ... But once again, it's just a name tag with a number 5 on it. Modoc said, remember when a bunch of people made fun of Eve Barlow for misreading a free parking sign? And since the original Eve Barlow tweet, people have done so many parodies. Just recently, Pink Floyd Battle Vest posted a photo of some Christmas decorations and put, my friends saw these Christmas decorations at work and thought it was an Italian flag in support of Luigi Mangione. The CEOs are tired. Your pal Al tweeted, my friend in Ottawa saw a sign that said Free Queen Bed in panic, thinking it said Free Quebec. The Canucks are tired. Just posted this sign in a window of a barbershop that says Master Barber on staff and tweeted, the Gooners are tired. Dylan referenced Dune, tweeting, my Harkonnen friend saw a sign that said Still Water and panicked that it said Stilgar. The great houses are tired. And to bring it full circle, Soap Darling tweets a piece of graffiti that says Free Palestine and says, my friend who can't drive saw this and panicked that it said free parking. The pedestrians are tired. And yes, even the wording itself gets mocked. When Billie Eilish posted a photo on Instagram with the caption, I'm tired, aborted fetus wrote Eve Barlow's friend when she saw the free parking sign. I think Eve Barlow is a perfect example of the perils of making your online identity all about people being mad at you online. That's not to say that I don't find her views actually abhorrent, but like, her big problem is that she made a career online about how much people don't like her takes online. And that's self-perpetuating. You can never get out of that hole. Her takes can only get worse because she sees any pushback as just another horde of people against her. That's not to say she should have just taken everyone calling her fartlow, that she had no right to get mad about that, but if you're gonna write a column about how you being called fartlow is similar to actual persecution that people had in real life, then yeah, of course people are gonna keep making fun of you. And you just come off like a deeply unserious person. There are real issues in the world. There's definitely real anti-Semitism in the world. And a free parking sign has nothing to do with that. Follow me for a new tweet every day, and consider subscribing on my Patreon, which you can get in the link in my bio. You can get the Museum of Not Twitter, which is a weekly show where I talk about a thing that was big on the internet that not started on Twitter. And also you can vote when I cover on Subscriber Sundays.